Hello and welcome to the 1Q podcast by Blueprint, where we discuss what we think is the next wave of innovation for technology and businesses. This is a podcast where we ask our guests the one burning question about the future of digital transformation. On today's show, we welcome Susie Dalbo. Susie, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you think is cool at Blueprint.
Hey Ryan, thanks for having me on the show. I'm the marketing manager at Blueprint, so I oversee our marketing department for the entire company. What I love about Blueprint is we're always talking about the next big thing, just like this podcast. It's so fun that we get to talk about these kind of things, and it's all within our DNA. We love talking about the next big thing.
That's awesome. Well, we appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to come on the show. So let's get to it. Here's your 1Q of the day. What do you think is the way companies will reach customers 3 years from now that no one will see coming?
Yeah, I love this question. Okay, so I think we're going to see a dramatic increase in the usage of AI, artificial intelligence, to connect with customers, as well as the integration of AI with IoT, Internet of Things, which I know will sound kind of crazy. So let me give a little bit of background to that. If you think about how we all interact with AI today, it's really more common than what most people think. So, everything from content recommendations on blogs or news sites. We've all seen if you liked reading this, you'll enjoy this next article. To product recommendations, things like on Amazon, Nordstrom, right? Any e-commerce site for that matter. If you click on or if you purchase a product, they'll offer a complimentary item or frequently bought with this too. To ad targeting, dynamic pricing, chatbots, right? Both consumers and marketers benefit from these forms of AI. And what all that's trying to do, of course, is to personalize our experience with these brands. But what I think that we have a lot of room for improvement on is really identifying what is that personalization for that individual who's on the site. So on the marketing side of things, if you look at AI, we've really been able to leverage AI for several years now.
It's becoming almost like kind of built in and commonplace, right?
Totally. And you can pinpoint, in any of these tools that you purchase, right? We've been talking about how many tools are out there. They can really try to help pinpoint who our exact customers are. So it's really, to your point, it's everywhere. We can understand their behaviors, their preferences, the places they frequent, which I know can get kind of creepy. But on the marketing side, that can really help us identify what product is best for our customer, because of course we're really trying to push the value of marketing.
That's that personalization piece you were talking about?
Exactly. So for example, if I go on a website and this one, maybe let's say it's Cabela's, and my husband's normally the one to jump on that, they might show things like turkey hunting or fishing, things that I'm not necessarily into, which I am into turkey hunting, but not necessarily fishing. But what if they knew me more personally? Then they can identify the specific sports that I'm into on that website, and that's more that personalization, which I'll go to a little bit later here too. What we can identify is things like the devices that customers are on, right? On average, there's 3 devices. We have laptops, phones, smartphones, and tablets. So with that kind of information, we can really identify decisions on the marketing side that will impact our customers in a more timely and relevant manner. With AI, of course, we're also able to identify things like, is the marketing campaign successful or not? And we can do this within seconds. We have things like digital or cognitive assistants, which can tell us that information sooner, which is really mind-blowing. I also think there's a huge opportunity for us to leverage AI on the marketing side to personalize the website experience like I was talking about. Right now, we have a little bit of this so far, right? We can draw from location, we can identify demographics, the device they're on, so we can give them some sort of personalization. But I think as we get into more of that integration with IoT, we're going to see a lot more personalization on these websites.
So it's interesting. So you're kind of talking about personalization at the edge.
Yes, you're picking up. Okay, good. So here's the next thing. If we were to look at IoT, right, Internet of Things, let's just go real quickly over what we know today. So we have things like smart homes. So smart homes are now becoming the new thing for home buyers. You can switch on your heater before you even get home, or unlock the garage door for a temporary time to let your kids in while you're stuck in traffic. Right, we've let these things into our private lives to help our life be more convenient. So we're actually okay with the idea of having them in these personal spaces. We have connected cars. We are starting to launch smart cities There's smart retail, right? Marketers can now engage with their customers through their smartphone and beacon technology. And more recently, with IoT and healthcare, we have these connected wearables, like your Fitbit or your iPhone, your Apple Watch. They tell you how to help you live better, right? In live time, they tell you, hey, you need to take more steps, or you need to eat more calories or less calories, whatever the case is. Or on a more simpler...
I usually go for the more calories.
Yes, I try not to. On a simpler level, think Alexa or Xbox Connect. I have both these in my home, and you give these programs trigger words, and they're listening, ready to complete a command for your convenience, which is pretty crazy. So what if we were to combine both AI and IoT? We've already been using both. So how do we take that to the next level? And that is what I think is going to be what the next 3 years look like from now. So think about this. What if I jump onto Jake Room, which my husband's trying to block from my computer right now. If I were to jump onto the homepage, I will currently see probably cute kids in clothes, or guys in Chippewa boots, or girls in bikinis because it's vacation season, right? That's their ad right now. But what if I saw a homepage that's modified to speak just to me, to Susie? So without logging in, it knows my size. It knows that I never purchase heels over 3 inches. It knows what colors I love to wear, and it knows for this particular site I only buy on sale items. How much different would you want to interact with that brand knowing that it's customized just to you? How many times do we jump on Nordstrom and we have to filter our size, what kind of shoe that we want to purchase? That's personalization, and I think that's the next level in particular to this website experience. And so what about Alexa and other IoT devices? This is one of my favorites. What if my husband and I, I shouldn't say what if, my husband and I watch Jeopardy, let's be real, it's probably every night, and we're like the youngest in the demographic to watch Jeopardy. But what if we're watching Jeopardy, and instead of watching commercials for medicine, a retirement home, and budget-friendly cars, as you know, they have a very clear target market, instead, we're watching commercials that are targeted specifically to us because our Xbox Connect, that understands we're both in the room and can see us, changes the commercials that we're watching. So vacation spots, sports, turkey hunting, like I mentioned before. I know it sounds creepy, but that's convenient for us, and that is the next step of personalization. Take it a step further. What if when I wake up, because it takes me a long time to figure out what I'm wearing for the day, Alexa and my closet work together to tell me what clothes to wear. She knows the weather, and she already knows my calendar. And so let's say it's raining and I have an important meeting to lead that day. So my closet has literally highlighted each of the articles of clothing and their location in my closet. A dress, necklace, boots, whatever. It's been done for me. Mm-hmm. And it's because of AI and IoT connecting together.
That would be amazing for me as a colorblind male that doesn't look outside the window and it always walks outside and it's raining and I don't see that coming.
Totally. So yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but we've allowed these devices in our homes. We depend on these devices to make our life more convenient. And I think we'll soon expect the same experience that we've had at our home in also the public sphere. Think of Minority Report, right? When it first came out, we were all super creeped out of what that reality could be. And I just watched it within the last year, and I couldn't believe how half of it we already have today.
Yeah.
So if you think about even the scene where he's walking into a hallway and all the screens are advertising specifically to him, right? They're calling out his name, they're talking to him. I actually don't think we're that far away from that day, which is crazy to say.
Yeah, it's like you're talking about a kind of opt-in personalization, but in every aspect of your life.
Totally. And, we're seeing some traits in customers who are taking offline their opinions, right? We're seeing more conversations in Slack and in email because they don't want marketers to have that information. So we'll have some of that as well. But I believe all up, we are still free to enter in our credit card information in online, right? We almost expect if Amazon doesn't ship somewhere, we're angry about it. We want that in our lives. So it'll be an interesting dichotomy, but I believe it'll lean more towards the convenience of our lives.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so to wrap up, I think advancements that technology has brought us in the last few years is more than we've experienced in the last 20, right? In the last couple of years, we've seen so much more growth than ever before.
It's accelerating exponentially.
And that speed in which we're accelerating, our use of AI and IoT is supposed to grow even faster in the next few years. That's what everybody's saying. So marketers have to understand this is now to really connect with their customers for tomorrow.
That's awesome. That's a great way to end the podcast. So again, this is the 1Q podcast by Blueprint. It's where we talk to our guests about the one burning question about the future of digital transformation and what's the next wave of innovation for technology and businesses. So thanks again for coming on the show, Susie.
Thanks, Ryan.